I told a couple of them to try it. They was like, "All right, I'll try it." I think they might have lasted a couple of days, maybe a day.
There's two layers to that because I think you did mention it. The subconscious is another layer.
Have this home field mindset regardless of where you find yourself, right? And it's just like you know differently how you play at home compared to like how you play on the road, right?
Whoever's going to be listening to this podcast, all our story looks different. Pitt do something different than Ace do something different than Wood. But isn't it like beautiful where we have like common ground? We can
100%.
And like the pride and the energy and the effort that you put in to protect the home field, you know.
And like Ace was talking about, just the people you have around you. He was talking about that, and no later than maybe a week, fool, that Bible was at my door. It wasn't like I had to convince y'all or I had to think about it, bro. It was done. Very visual. I like highlighting or physically doing that, writing notes down or whatever, so I can retain that easier. And I'm like, I did this, I highlighted this, I remember doing this, and then I remember how I felt when I was reading it. Man, shout out to the notes, man. I don't think people understand that. Just notes in general, bro. It's so much.
I love handwriting stuff, bro.
This notes will save me a couple times.
Bro, I ain't got it with me, bro, but I got like 4 journals, bro.
I promise you, it's another one right here.
We building mental, emotional, physical, spiritual discipline, putting ourselves in the position that when we get to a certain point in our lives down the road, that when we do feel that adverse situation, I've been through this before in some type of capacity, so this is not new to me.
Welcome to PG State of Mind. Appreciate y'all for tuning in today. I got my good brothers Ace and Pitt. We're gonna recap this 41 plus 1 challenge that we did, orchestrated by my good brother Jared Pittman over here. Yeah, so we're gonna get into it today. We're gonna go from the beginning, kind of the process of it and how we came out of it, and to now, all the way to after it post. What is it, about a month after, 2 months after?
Yeah, but it's almost 2 months.
Yeah. So, Pitt, I want you to go ahead and lead the way. You feel me? Since this was your challenge, I'm gonna let you take the floor and let everybody know what the challenge was for, and what you was planning on getting out of it.
Definitely. So I got my own personal platform. For those that are listening that aren't familiar with me, it's called Home Field. Kind of under a reconstruction, rebrand right now, but essentially, the platform itself is about being grounded. You know, being able to have this home field mindset regardless of where you find yourself, right? Because we all athletes, you know, play sports at a significant level, high level, high school, college. And it's just like you know differently how you play at home compared to like how you play on the road, right?
100%.
And like the pride and the energy and the effort that you put in to protect the home field, you know what I'm saying? It's just different than it is when you play in an away game, right? Because it's just different situations or whatever the case is. But I say all that to say, I'm big on challenges, right? So I done a couple different challenges on my platform. I did one last August, 31 plus 1, all about me.
Yeah, they seen that one. Yeah,
Yeah,
I did seen that one.
Did you do my January challenge, the committing to purpose, living life by
That
design,
one I
not
didn't
by
do.
default?
No.
So I did one at the start of this year, living life by design, not by default, committing to purpose in itself. You know, all of this stuff is really stemming from my spiritual journey, though. Let's just preface by saying that everything stems from my relationship with Christ, for real. But I kind of found myself in a place recently before I turned 26, which is April 14th, was my birthday. So before that, I was looking for something to, you know, kind of set me straight, kind of align me in the right place, give me some guidance. And I was scrolling on Facebook, bro, and I seen this post, and what the post indicated was like how God uses, he takes the individuals that he wants to work through, right? And how he had put certain individuals in the word through 40 days, 40 years, you know, 40 days, 40 nights, of kind of like just sitting, right? And kind of just accepting what it is that they are experiencing, or the spot of life that they in right then, before he provides them deliverance, or before he puts them in a situation to for greater purpose. Right. So like I looked all of these things up in the word, because one thing that I've, you know, decided to be more conscious of is doing my own personal research. You know, a lot of things on the internet just be on the internet, right? And we,
100%.
don't always do our due diligence to go and do our personal research to see what the truth is, right? Or what
Mm,
we, what the perception that we get from it. But I looked it up, like in like in Genesis, how Noah, um, was on the ark for 40 days, 40 nights during the flood, right? And then on day 41, it stopped raining, right?
mm,
Or how Goliath taunted the Israelites for 40 days, and then on day 41, David went out and slew him, right?
mm,
Or
Yeah.
how the disciples for 40 days after the resurrection, God was, or Jesus, put them in a position to be able to continue to, speak the gospel after he, was resurrected. And then
mm.
on the 41st day, he ascended to heaven,
All right.
right? So there's the 40, in the beginning where you don't know what you're really experiencing. God may have you in a season of just being patient. You may be battling adversity. I
Mm,
always say there's three type of people in this world: people that are currently in adversity, people are preparing to go through adversity, and people that just found themselves out of adversity, right? We
mm-hmm.
always in one or three of those positions, right?
Right.
Currently, right now, I'm in the middle of adversity, right?
Mm,
So the 41, so it was 40 plus one, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As I did the 31 plus one. Um, I always, just being an athlete again, bro, that extra rep, that
Right.
extra effort,
Yeah.
just doing one more because the person next to you, if the set says, 12 reps, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? They're gonna do 12 reps. Well, I know in life you gotta always do a little bit extra. So I'm gonna
Facts.
do 13, right? So that's the 40 plus one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and essentially, bro, what the challenge was it was committing to a fast. It was committing to, physical health, right?
Mm.
We had to work out twice a day. We had to fast from like getting up till about 5 6 p.m. So
Yeah.
but because we working out twice a day, I just didn't want us to you know not have no nourishment, right? So
Mm.
we was heavy on the smoothies, on the oatmeals, on the eggs, on the trail mix, you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? These healthy proteins and healthy things that can give us those natural energies and those good supplements and nutrients, bro, so that
Right.
we can continue to go throughout our day. Drinking
Yeah.
a gallon of water a day,
Mm-hmm.
giving up some type of vice to some type of capacity, right? It may not
Yeah.
have been completely cut off cold turkey, but for us it was, sometimes we indulge with the ganja, right?
Mm.
So it's not doing it throughout the week, only, being disciplined and only doing it on Saturdays, Fridays
Right.
and Saturdays and whatever the case was, or
Mm.
I like to drink pop and I like candy and stuff like that. So
Mm.
for me, it was eliminating, pop, and it was eliminating unnecessary sugars and things of that nature,
Right.
bro. Just more of a discipline, more of an alignment, more of a being in tune with self, but also like we read Exodus, right? Because it's
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's the only book in the Bible that has 40 chapters, and it just made
Yeah.
sense because it was
Yeah.
all aligned into the challenge itself. So we read
Facts.
all 40 chapters, a chapter a day of Exodus, bro, because it wasn't necessarily like the content of Exodus, but it was the fact that it is aligned. But the things that was within Exodus was within the 40 challenge,
Right.
right? Because Moses ended up going out into the desert and hiding for 40 years,
Mm-hmm.
after he committed murder, right? And then on the 41st year, he ended up being in a position where he would go and, through God, through Christ and his staff,
Mm-hmm.
free the Israelites from slavery and things of that nature, bro. So
Mm-hmm.
essentially that's all it really was, a long-winded answer to break down like what the challenge was itself.
For
That's
sure.
beautiful.
That's one good speaking brother right there. Ace, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it off to you because I know you. Go ahead and tell your testimony for how everything went for you.
Oh yeah, man. First, I want to give a shout out to you guys, man. One, Will hosting the platform. Two, Jared initiating the challenge, and and
Man, come
and
on, bro.
hold on,
Be so
hold on,
horrible, bro.
hold on. Little was kept. He ain't even want to do it with nobody. He wanted to do it by himself.
And
That's
I
The
didn't
whole
mention that,
time.
bro. I didn't mention that, and it's crazy because like that's originally that's what the plan was. I was gonna do this solo dolo, bro, but I don't know. It's just y'all family, y'all my brothers, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't even honestly, bro. I can't even recall how I I presented it to y'all, bro. You feel me? And how it just ended up being just y'all two that
I
tapped
think you
in.
posted it, and I slid up on it, and then I said something about it maybe in a group chat, and then you know what I'm saying, that's when you streamlined it to whoever wanted to join, because you threw it out there to multiple. A couple turned it down. I was in a position to accept the challenge. I do remember that, and also I want to piggyback off what you're saying, because yeah, you could have did it. You've done multiple challenges by yourself, but that next level of accountability is what held me intact through the 40 days. 30 days plus 11, like, it's not easy, and I failed multiple days. Like, my testimony was literally of the challenge was falling down and getting back up, and being okay with falling down and getting back up, being okay with failure.
Definitely.
So that's what I've noticed during that season of my short season of our life, along with reading the discipline, the 40 chapters in Exodus. It was very much a discipline, short window of discipline, execution. But that just goes to show that we're still human, we still fall. We're not perfect by any means necessary. I mean, only Jesus is. So I definitely want to, I'm saying, just shout out big guy, like, you know what I'm saying, without my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, I would not literally be here where I'm at today, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, financially. So, bro, I just want to say, man, like, that just lets me also know I have strong running mates. I can run life with some guys I can count on, you know what I'm saying? Fire. And we can be vulnerable with each other, and people look at vulnerability as a strength when it's also weakness when it's really a strength.
For sure.
But it has a negative connotation on it. People think vulnerability is demasculine.
Take advantage of.
I'm vulnerable with you. They have the perceived notion that if I share these things, I'm gonna be taken advantage. It will be used against me later on. That's just our culture. That's just society, bro. But bro, like, that challenge was nothing but clarity, and I think I needed it because I had lost a little bit of gas in the first quarter of the year. And I think this was a pick me up on all sides. And it may not have been from 0 to 100. By the end of the day, it was at rah 100%.
Right.
But it definitely was like, okay, we still got some potential, but we still got some growing to do. So,
for sure.
But I was say, man, like, I love to do more challenges. It doesn't have to be a 40-day plus one. It could be a short.
It ain't gotta be that long.
Because I had
That was a dog. Whew. That was one of the ones.
I
Speak
feel
about your experience, Wood.
Yeah, bro. Like, before we get to what, like, I feel like this the eating portion probably, or the working out portion probably, or the reading the chapters. I have to catch up on 3 chapters probably.
Yeah.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? But I just want to say, man, thank y'all to you guys, man, for sure. Like, the community, like, accountability definitely was a great help in this beautiful experience. Yeah. So back to you, Wood, bro.
Man, I go from the start. Day one, I was ready to call it.
You said wrap this thing up
out the gate. Talking about the oatmeal in the morning, which I usually, for me, bro, I got to be at work at 6:30 in the morning. Breakfast really don't be an option. It really be a quick little oatmeal bar, some fruit, something like that, and get gone. To be up 4:30, get up, eat oatmeal.
Yeah, that was another part about it. We had to be up at a certain time type junk. It was just, go ahead though.
It just all played its part. So from the jump, oatmeal in the morning, and then nothing between that time until after 5 of a real meal. I had never done that in my life ever. So that was brand new to me. I had a headache. I was feeling dizzy when I was sitting down for too long. So then after that, it was like, all right, let me make these smoothies. Let me make sure that these are going to be my lunch. And then I also got some fruit to take with me to just snack on the way, because y'all talking about trail mix. I can't eat trail mix. You feel me? Allergic to peanuts and all that. But I found other substitutions that could get me through. And then, of course, after you do it for a week or a couple of days, you get into that routine and you like, oh, all right, this ain't that bad or whatever. You can kind of mentally prepare yourself for how it's going to feel and what you already finna go through. So you ain't surprised when it come to, oh, all right, it's like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. I got to wait till 5 to eat. All right, what we finna do? Am I just going to focus on work, drink some water, you feel me, do some little walking around, grab some fruit to kill time? And that helped me for one. 2, the other thing, like I said, both of y'all, bro, spiritual for sure. Spiritual and religious, I would say, because I feel like those two things are a little different. But for me, religious wise, I wouldn't I wasn't growing up reading the Bible every day. Like I wasn't really even going to church every weekend. I ain't gonna lie. But this one, shout out to KP for one, because it's the first Bible I actually had to myself. You feel me? So that was something big that I wasn't used to. I'm usually just on my phone or just looking up something on the website. But
Bro, we were so excited, bro, today. You was like, bro, I'm
woo,
gonna get in that word. We are like, shoot, bro. Let's all put in on this Bible for my baby,
bro.
bro. We had to, yeah.
And like Ace was talking about just the people you have around you, bro. We was talking about that and no later than maybe a week, food, that Bible was at my door. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was there already. So it wasn't like I had to convince y'all or I had to think about it, bro. It was done in that point, and I didn't even have to think about it no more. Um, so that was good for me because I'm very visual. I like highlighting or like physically doing that, writing notes down or whatever, so I can retain that easier. And I'm like, oh yeah, I did this. I highlighted this. I remember doing this, and then
Yeah.
I remember how I felt when I was reading it. So that also, like you said, Pitt, it was playing into all the days. Like all the days felt like they was aligning to what I was reading. I was like, ah, hold
Yeah.
on, nah. But that made me lean more into it because I'm like, okay, if I'm reading about this already, it's gonna all make sense of whatever I went through in that day or that week.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna all align together. So it was huge for me. And then the physical part was it was different for me a little bit just
Mm-hmm.
because I'm used to working out or whatever. But it was like, all right, you got to work out in the morning and at night. Like, of course, some of them days was tougher than others. Some of them days might not have got two workouts, but it was the fact of like, all right, not being, I guess, um, my biggest thing was not necessarily critiquing myself so much. But before I went into this challenge, like, okay, you ain't gonna miss no days. Like you ain't gonna miss nothing y'all doing.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the fact that like, all right, today wasn't the top to bottom everything I done, but the next day I'm gonna make sure I correct whatever I ain't doing
Mm-hmm.
the last day and kind
Mm-hmm.
of build onto that. And that's what I said. By the time I got to day what 25, 30, I was like, oh, this is a
Found your
cakewalk.
rhythm.
We just
Yeah.
going through this now. So
Yeah. Now we just got to get to the end.
for sure. So big shout out to both of y'all for
Uh,
one Pitt coming up with the challenge, and then Ace also just you feel me being in the loop with all us and like you said holding each other accountable.
I think the one thing why I establish and create these challenges, bro, is because again, as I mentioned earlier, we former athletes, right?
Mm,
And when you a former athlete, you grew up your entire life competing, bro, and then you just don't have sport no more. You miss
100%.
out on that competition,
Yeah.
right? So like
Mm.
one thing that I've found kind of joy in is like I've been kind of stepping into this acting space a little bit more. And I appreciate the opportunities for auditions, bro, because this gives me an opportunity to compete, regardless if I get the role or the whatever the case is. I'm just in here competing against other people. And
Right.
now it's really me against me, but it's
For
me
sure.
against them. And now I'm finna go and, finna do my thing so I can get said role. But
Mm,
with this challenge, bro, it was really us against ourselves, right?
mm,
And it was the competition of what did you fall short in yesterday and how can
mm,
you show up tomorrow? You know what
right.
I'm saying? And then also like Ace, you mentioned accountability. I'm really glad that God slapped the back of my neck and allowed me to push it out there, bro. So like y'all could tap in with me because ain't
Mm,
no telling like I'm a pretty self-accountable individual if and I think we all are. So we really don't have no issue with holding ourselves accountable. But
Yeah.
like prime this accountability and vulnerability, as you mentioned. One, you said vulnerability is looked at as a weakness, like a negative connotation, right? But in hindsight, it's really a strength. I
mm,
always say being vulnerable is our superpower. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Because being vulnerable provides connection, which ultimately provides understanding,
Yeah.
right? So just sharing a quick story. Y'all remember when I text y'all on day 3? Because I had walked in the cab, bro, and had some
Yes,
chicken wings, bro.
He took the
bro.
wings. I could not. I couldn't stay
But
away.
I
Look, bro, I played myself. I set myself up, right?
yeah,
I'm thinking
Mm,
I'm gonna go ahead and stick to the plan, bro. Because day 1 and day 2, like Wood was saying, I was prepared.
yeah,
mm,
I got up, I got my workout in, I had enough time to, read my word and prepare my lunch, which was just fruit.
mm,
Day three, I'm tired. You feel me? I didn't prepare as I did day 1 and 2. So now here I am. having to put myself in a compromising position because I didn't handle my business that morning. So now I'm in the calf, on a Wednesday, knowing they do wing Wednesdays. And I'm talking about, bro, I'm just gonna go to the fruit and the salad part, and that's it. I got to talking to people, got to looking around the room. That aroma of that flat that hit me, you know what I'm saying? I done walked over, bro. I ain't gonna do it. I done grabbed me a plate and put about 4 of them things on there, bro. And I'm telling you, like, what's crazy is, bro, the entire time I'm experiencing this, bro, in my mind, I'm like, Pitt, bro.
You walking
Don't
through
do
it.
it. Don't do it.
Don't do it, bro. Stop, bro. You committed to this. You committed to this fast.
Right.
Hell nah, bro. I sat down and banged them 4 out, bro.
Oh,
And I hit the group chat immediately. Like, immediately, I hit the group chat because, one, I was disappointed in myself because we often, regardless of this challenge or whatever the case is, we all had that moment in our life, bro, where we are literally trying to talk ourselves out of doing something, but because we fall to our desires, right? We fall to our flesh in a sense. We do it anyway, knowing better. We do it all the time, consciously, subconsciously. We do it all the time. So I found myself there consciously knowing that, like, dang, I didn't fell short of the goal. I didn't fell short of the plan. And I took that as a moment of, like, I could easily, put on a facade that I did this perfect, right?
Facts.
Because I think the one thing that I did perfect throughout the challenge was the workouts, bro. I wasn't missing no workouts, bro. Just because that's where I found my peace and stuff like that. And like how my day is aligned, that's how I kind of got it set up. That's the one thing that I think I didn't fall short on was the workouts. But everything else, I definitely fell short, Ace, for sure. But I could have easily put on this facade that, like, yeah, I did everything perfect on day 3. But no, bro, like Ace said, the entire challenge for him was falling down and getting back up. And that's the first thing you told me, bro. You was like, yeah, like, okay, regroup.
And that was big for me, for real. Just
Regroup,
hearing
bro.
you, like, you said, like, I ain't stick to the whole thing. And I'm like, all right. In my head, I was already like, all right, this is a 41-day challenge I ain't never did. What's gonna happen when I don't, you feel me, stick to the script of everything?
100.
Like, and that was big for me, for you, just, you feel me, being transparent and fully out in the open. Cause then I didn't have the full stress on myself, but it also helped me, like, all right, I'm a human at the end of the day.
Right.
It's cool to, like you said, make mistakes and everything, but as long as you learn from your mistakes and then it don't happen again, or feel me, you learn from what you did, and you'll be all right.
Facts. That's good, bro. I wanted to bounce off what Pitt was just saying with the consciously. I felt that when you said I was literally walking myself through the failure, and I could not stop myself. And
stop myself, bro.
There's 2 layers to that because I think you did mention it. The subconscious is another layer, and people don't talk about the subconscious level of the way our routines, our habits, everything is set up through the subconscious. Our programming as humans, I think 98% of it is subconscious. You drive and don't know how to. You got to work.
Yeah.
You look up like, dang, I'm really in the car. Like,
I'm there. You there, bro, on the phone. Especially when you got your highway, your route, you can almost get there without even looking at the road. Just a couple glances. So I take that back to the experience you had in the cafe. I'm almost thinking because I've had times where I'm like, don't do it. You don't need to do that. I got idle time. I have nothing to do. Everything's accomplished. I got idle time. It's like, all right, don't do nothing you don't got no business doing. Like, just go do something. Or like just be where you need to be. Like, so I fall a victim to like not really like it's failure, but it's not failure. Like day 3 was like, okay, I feel disappointed. I'm gonna hit the group chat up. I'm gonna let my guys know, like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like I let y'all down. It's my challenge, and here I am, day 3. Like I get all like what you was probably telling yourself during that time, but like that's how I wanted to like let y'all know from the beginning. My testimony. You got right back immediately. I know you doubled down the next day. He was like, that's not happening again. So that just goes to like just show like whoever's going to be listening to this podcast or this talk we're having is just, hey, like all our story look different. Pitt do something different than Ace do something different than Wood, and vice versa. But isn't it like beautiful where we have like common ground where we can be like, okay, this is what we all got an equal playing field at this 40-day plus 1 challenge. Not that we comparing ourselves to each other, but it's more so to say, all right, even the regroups, I think we had 2 regroups between the 40-day plus one challenge, like 2 FaceTimes. And they was about all spaced out about 15, 20 days apart, but from maybe like 10, 15 days apart. And those was like really cup filling too. I was like, I think I was working. We all was working. I think almost we had a break. They had a break. I think Wood took a break. I had a little small break, and we just got to regroup for like 5 minutes and just point to each other because like that goes back to the accountability factor. Like this is just what I was feeling during that time. Like that vulnerability, the accountability. Like I didn't know that I could be so vulnerable with these men, these stand-up men of God, and like saying just like, okay, when I'm feeling like this, Pitt can be like, all right, Ace, I'm literally must be connected because I'm feeling the exact same. We'll come
Man,
real soul ties, bro.
You feel me, bro? This not just no like hop on a Zoom call and talk. Like we've been locked in for years. I want people that know that's listening. Like this is where it comes from. It doesn't stem from. Yes, I think God put us on this earth to go out there and make new friends, like the friends you didn't meet in school and in the college. Also, though, like those friends from back then, like we're like you need to hold on to those people. If they don't want to move on, then that's them. But like you got people that's willingly trying. Don't forget to like just call and check on them people and pour into them, bro. It's like, so I just appreciate y'all. Like this right here fills my cup on a Sunday when I was probably really not finna do nothing but just relax, be tucked in the house for the day.
For sure.
Maybe, you know what I'm saying, make a couple calls on my end. But like this is, I appreciate y'all big time.
I got a question, bro, because I brought this up to the other people that I know from out here. The whole challenge broke it down. Everybody told me I was crazy. I'm sure y'all heard the same thing. So
you ain't share that with me, bro. Because I definitely share it with people at work too. So they be like, "Let's go to lunch." I'm like, I really can't. I'm fasting right now.
So,
so
like, this how it happened, fool. So I was like, I don't know. Somebody must have asked me at work, like, "Oh, you want to get food or whatever?" I was like, "Nah, right now I'm on a fast." And one of my coworkers is very like spiritual, religious, and she was like, "Oh, y'all doing like a Daniel fast?" I'm like, "Well, I personally don't really know what that is. So you're gonna have to break it down for me." So she went through it. I'm like, it's not as intense as that. Like we still eating at the end of the day. It's not full out, like no food, no drink, no nothing. We got to talking and she was like, "Oh, like that's like," she basically told me she's proud of me. Like it's good to have people your age doing things like that. That's not like normal. Don't really have that foundation and people to, you feel me? Even the groups, the notes app that the notes list that we got with the books that we read, like that's not normal for a lot of people. So it's good that we can have those things. And then when I went to the people that I hoop with, bro, they was like, "Oh, you lost your mind." I'm like, "Bro, what you mean?" Like I'm breaking down the whole thing. I told a couple of them to try it. They was like, "All right, I'll try it." I think they might have lasted a couple of days, maybe a day. And they was like, "Nah, I can't do it." I'm like, "Bro, I felt the same way, but I was more locked into from the beginning because I had set myself up mentally. I feel like to go into it with like a positive outlook on what's gonna come out of it. They kind of jumped in and then they was like, nah, I can't really do it, and then definitely just went left for it. So and then my peoples, my parents kind of still stay active or whatever, but my mama wasn't doing the fast, and my dad, he was like, I did it before, kind of, you feel me, doing it. Sometimes for like the first 3 months out of the year, no meat or cutting back on meat and just little things like that. But yeah, fool, it wasn't too many people other than y'all who ain't think I was trying to lose my mind or thought I was going through something else versus it trying to just be something that I feel like I could get something out of.
No, that was definitely the reaction I was getting from a lot of people. And when you look at the grand scheme of the challenge and the fast, yes, it's a lot. It's very daunting. It's intimidating in a sense, right? But one thing that we all do so well, right? And I'm talking we all, me, Wood, and the rest of our homeboys in our foundation chat and whatever the case is, bro, is we all know how to take things one day at a time and how to slow down, bro. Like you said, one of the homeboys you hoop with may have attempted it for a day or two, right? That's because he was looking at it from a grand scheme of this is day one and I got to get to day 41.
Yeah.
And not looking at it from a standpoint of this is day one, I have to finish day one. You know what I'm saying? I think one thing that we all did was kind of take it in bite sizes. You know, because it'll be days where we didn't talk. You know,
right.
We weren't talking every day throughout the challenge. You know what I'm saying? We'd, like Ace said, we'd tap in for a regroup, you know, every 12 days or so. You know what I'm saying? But it'd be 3-4 days in between where we ain't hit nobody until somebody's like, damn, I'm hungry. Like, you feel me? Like, hey, like, brother, me too. You know what I'm
Going
saying?
through it.
I think that first week was probably the toughest just
Yeah.
because we were adjusting to a new norm,
Mm.
right? I'm not a super breakfast person neither, but I'm most definitely gonna have me some lunch. And you telling me I can't really do much in the morning besides really a smoothie for real.
Yeah.
And then I gotta nibble on these blueberries and grapes, you know what I'm saying, until I finish my second workout, which I won't be done until maybe after 6 o'clock. So I'm really not really eating until 7.
Yeah.
You
Really.
know what I'm saying? And then it's like this. We have to eat clean meals,
Yeah.
right? Or at least, not try to overfeed ourselves, right? Because we
Yeah.
ain't eat the whole day. So like it's so many things that went into it, right? But what we have to understand is this challenge and everything that we partake in is greater than just the moment that we in, right?
100%.
So we building mental, emotional, physical, spiritual discipline, right? Through all of this, we are putting ourselves in the position that when we get to a certain point in our lives down the road, that when we do feel that adverse situation, I've been through this before in some type of capacity, so this is not new to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I'm
what I was saying
familiar with
earlier.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was more than just us not eating or us drinking a gallon of water because we got to stay hydrated, or us, just want to be physically fit so we get into workouts. And it's so much more that goes into all of this if you look at if you change your perspective and put it in a life perspective,
Definitely.
and not just the parameters of the challenge itself.
Literally, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, I didn't get to finish my complete thought on the subconscious, but reprogramming essentially. Back to this Wood story, which is so unique. You didn't grow up how you living your life as a grown man right now. Like, if you know Wood from back home, you know how he was growing really structured, you know what I'm saying, and disciplined in a different kind of way. Now you finding your own roots on the East Coast of the United States, and you really making a way for yourself. You like figuring out your own passions, you tapping into different things that's uncomfortable. Like, this is all a part of being a man. Nobody told us that this comes with these kind of emotions, this kind of baggage, this kind of just even like down to our relationships that we have with other women, like figuring that process out, who you want to be with for the rest of your life. Because we got married parents. My parents are married. Pitt, my parents are married. Well, your parents are married. So we understand these things as grown men as well. Then we got to provide for ourselves, and then we want to get out of our pops and parents' pockets. So it's just like that dip. You got college, and you're like, okay, like, wow, I'm an entrepreneur. We all entrepreneur spirit. Like I'm saying, like, Wood doing his thing, Pitt got his thing going on. I'm doing my thing down here in Dallas, Texas. So it's just like, okay, so I kind of see like why I would say like the harmony in that, why I was like so close knitted doing this 40 day plus one challenge fast. So I was like, okay, I feel like it needed to be that. Like, I think that was like real good, not excluding anybody or anything like that. I feel like other people can be included in this challenge moving forward, but like that foundation right there, just to start that, and know what comes with that. I feel like that was all part of, just like you said, it's the grand scheme of things. It's bigger than just the moment, bro. It's that's gonna set us up for something much more like kingdom driven forward in the future, bro. I don't know what it is, but we all in our 26s and 5s, and we're not getting any younger, bro. Like, that's what I keep realizing every day. As the days go forward and the sun go down and come back up, I'm like, okay, that's another day gone. What did I do yesterday to capitalize on what I need to get accomplished tomorrow? What am I doing? What are you doing? I got goals and stuff written down. I got a calendar. I got a whiteboard. What am I doing to progress? And that's what keeps, like you said, that self-accountable thing. Pitt don't need Ace and Will to hold him accountable.
Man.
He don't need that. You don't need that. I don't need that. But it was beautiful to have it for that 40 days, for real.
I think it's an extra add-on because I think we like Pitt was talking about perspective. Like, we only see things from our perspective. Of course, if you want to, you can take yourself out of it and kind of look from a over the top view. I was reading something the other day. Like, basically, the best outcome that you can get is looking at it from both points of view. You can look at it from yourself, of course, with your knowledge or whatever, but you also got to have somebody else look at it from a different point of view. It's gonna get real technical, but audits for a sense, because that's what I'm kind of learning about now.
Man.
That's what I'm learning about now. But you feel me? You get into your own routine and you're doing stuff a certain type of way, and you might miss something. You feel me? You're human. At the end of the day, people miss stuff, but it's good to have that other person that can come in and kind of look like, okay, I know you usually do like this, but since you was so much of in a routine like this, you might have missed this little step, or you could have did better here, or something like that. But it's just good getting different opinions, I feel like, on what you're doing and how you want to improve, and not just going with off your own knowledge. Because at the end of the day, we don't know everything. As much as we do know, we don't know everything. Even in of
That's the
course, we
value
all in
of
different spaces. So
that's the value of everybody being on their own walk in our group, though.
mhm.
Yep.
Right. And I always say this. I brag on y'all so much, bro, because my biggest flex is my friend
Facts.
group.
No
Mhm.
cap.
Like, we all grew together. A lot of people outgrow people,
Mhm.
or not outgrow people, allow their people to make them content with where they are.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But we all grew together, and we all have our different niches and our different interests and our different passions. But essentially, what was my passion has helped Wood establish a new interest.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But before I got here, Marcus kicked me in the ass. It was like, bro, pick up the mic and the camera, bro, and tap
Yeah.
No.
in. You know what I'm
Come on,
saying?
yeah.
And before
Y'all don't
that,
even know. Y'all don't even know Pitt a rapper on the low.
Who
look, no,
don't?
like you better tell
What?
him, Wood. You know I'm gonna
What?
drop me some hot fire in the chat.
I'm
But
here.
like,
What you
but
mean?
like, you know, and Ace, you know what I'm saying? Being down where he is, helping his brother with his business ventures, bro. And this Ace and Marcus probably the two people that y'all hustle, man, bro. Y'all got your hand in a little bit of everything, bro.
Yes,
Mhm.
And
sir.
that has allowed you to help one of our homeboys get
Yeah.
on and to ultimately step into a passion of his. But
I'm
All right.
glad you caught that.
All right. All right. So here we go.
uh
So this is part two of basically the reaction of how everybody felt after the challenge and anything that they carried over, if not everything, into the new everyday life. So go ahead, Jake.
like Ace had said earlier, I got a lot of clarity out of this challenge because that's what I was looking for. I was looking for guidance, right?
Mm.
Like I was saying, I was turning 26, so I turned 26 halfway, or maybe a little more than halfway through the challenge, right?
Mm.
Um, and I just wanted, 26, bro. That's like that ain't 25. You feel me?
Right.
Like 26, we more closer to 30 than we is 20. You know what I'm
On
saying,
insurance, you
bro?
feel me?
Right, on insurance, all that, bro. So like we really are the adults now. Like
Mm.
I looked around and I had a whole bunch of kids, and I was the only person in the room of like grown up stature. I'm like, this is crazy. Who left us in charge? Right. So one thing that I've tried to do my best at lately is just be more intentional with my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always, not always, but I've preached as of recently, like not living life so casually, but living life with more purpose and more intention. And that's what this challenge did. It made me intentional, right? Because I had to be intentional about when I got up and what
Mm.
I did after the workout by making my breakfast, or had to be intentional about, I got to drink water at this time because boom, I gotta finish a gallon, or being intentional about I gotta make sure I read my chapter today and right, take my
Mm.
notes and pray. Cause that was another thing. Praying 3 times a day, right?
Mhm.
Like how intentional prayer though. Like
Mhm.
cause I find myself praying all the time throughout the day.
Yep.
Right.
But what's the intention behind it, right?
Mm.
What's the content of said prayers, right?
Mhm.
Praying for that clarity, praying for good heart posture, praying for guidance, praying for alignment, praying over y'all and making sure that y'all had the strength to get through the challenge as much as I have, right?
Mm.
And things of that nature. So that's really what I got from it, a lot of clarity. And I think I did provide myself one clarity and then satisfaction, bro.
Mm.
You feel me? Because I was talking to my therapist the other day, and I told her like I rarely get satisfied. Like it's a blessing and a curse. I think I know I tweeted it. Like it's a
Mm.
blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because it allows us for the opportunity to push for greater.
Mm.
But also it's a curse because it's hard for us to accept our current position in life. You know what I'm saying? And the things that we've achieved to that point. And the fact that I got the satisfaction of I put myself through something that was rigorously hard and
Mm.
a lot of people would not have been able to do consistently at the level that we did it.
Right.
And I finished it. And it's that feeling of completion, right?
Mhm.
And I finished it watching my sister graduate. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And eating with my brother Wood at the table and
Mm-hmm.
just spending hours just chopping it up with my family and stuff, like on some
Mm-hmm.
random junk. So I got that, and what I use and what I brought into like my everyday is I was already kind of doing like 2 workouts a day, but like again, the intention behind these workouts, right? That was one. Um I'm finishing a book that I started throughout the challenge. So the book just didn't stop there, because one thing that I did that y'all didn't do, I don't think, was I was reading The Purpose Driven Life
Okay.
by Rick Warren.
Okay.
And that was 42 chapters.
Mm.
Right. So he gave me an additional to my additional. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? But it was a chapter a day, and I may reread it again, bro, because it was just so much good content in there. But reading that book and then another book by David Goggins to help you, learn how to calice your mind, right?
Different.
Different.
But what's
Mm.
crazy is, bro, I'll read a chapter, nigga, and
Mm.
I'll go try to run a 5K. Like,
True.
because it was just that hard to me, bro.
Mm.
Like, this is everything that was going on in them 41 days. Everything I was consuming was literally adding to it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Adding to it. So that's what I say, just to, pass the mic.
So I was about to say I could piggyback off that because I was also reading kind of in between two books at the same time. So
Mhm.
Ace, that one Start With Why book that I sent you, that book was like, bruh, it made me, like Pitt was talking about, the intentionality of just everything, bro. It's like, all right, why are you doing this? What are you trying to get out of this?
Mhm.
What are you going into it for? Like, you don't just be doing stuff just to do stuff. If you got a purpose for why you doing it and what you're
Yeah.
trying to get out of it, it's good to know that in the moment. Of course, you might not know all the outcomes that you might gonna get out of it. Because even with this challenge, it was some stuff that I didn't think that I was going to, one, stick it through the whole way, but two, keep it going like afterwards. The first thing, the first book I was reading, that Start With Why, and then this other one is the one I'm reading right now. It's called Principles by Ray Dalio. And I think I sent that to y'all too. And it had different life and work principles that he followed and that all the people in his company followed, that it was like, okay, all of these make sense. All of these transfer and kind of translate to one that's in the Bible.
Mhm.
And then two, the stuff we was doing throughout the challenge, it was piggybacking, like you said, it was a challenge on top of a challenge, which reading two things at once, I thought I was gonna be like, all right, yeah, no, I ain't doing this. But it was almost like, all right, today was this or tomorrow might be this. Let me read this and see what's going on and see if anything in here going to line or can kind of prepare me for whatever I'm going through on the next day or whatever I already went through on that previous day.
Mhm.
Yes,
So yeah,
fire.
I think all of it aligned at one time, and the way everything happened was very genuine, and I loved everything about it.
I want to ask a question. Did any like thing unusual happen during the 40 days plus one? If y'all can recall back, I know it's been a month or two, but
Yeah, it's been a
um,
while.
My dream,
Like what
fool.
though?
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anything from experience, we run into people every day, and if it's our fault if we walking blind and numb to the world, it ain't
Mhm,
their fault. It's our purpose to wake them up, have an interaction, shake their hand, make somebody feel seen, loved, and heard.
mhm.
So did anybody have a dream or interaction? If you can recall, like I said, if not, like I said, not no worries about it, but either one of y'all.
Jake, you got something?
Um, what's crazy is, bro, I just had this recollection earlier today, bro.
Mhm,
Kind of just, thinking about us talking about this. Um, it wasn't during the challenge,
mhm.
right? It's been post challenge, but Ace, I currently think I'm in my 40 days right now, bro.
That's
Mm,
good. I think.
You feel me? Like I like I was breaking down like the different, instances of 40 in the word and whatnot. I truly believe like currently, bro, I'm in my 40 days right now, bro, just because um again, y'all probably not gonna meet a more self-aware individual.
mm,
And I'm just always aware of like where I am emotionally, where I am mentally, where I am spiritually, bro,
mhm,
where I am financially, and everything right now is just I mean, my spirit is impatient.
mm,
I'm just gonna be transparent, but my spirit is impatient. Financially, I'm good, but Like,
Always some more paper can come through. You feel me?
you feel me? I'm tired of, you know, penny pinching on stuff, bro. When I really
Mhm.
want to live my life, but that's life, right?
Mhm.
Mentally, I'm not in a bad headspace, but I'm going through the motions, right?
Mhm.
I've kind of been going through the motions. Emotionally, my emotions been all over the place because of everything else that I've been encountering. So I've come to the recollection, like, before we got on here and now sitting here, I can really affirm that, like, I think I'm in my 40 days.
Mhm.
So it's ironic that we went through that, right? Trying to simulate. You
Mhm.
feel me? Trying to simulate 40 days, and now here I am.
All right.
And what got me through those 40 days was consistency, right? What got me through those 40 days was accountability. What got me through those 40 days was perspective. And as I'm sitting here right now, bro, like, I'm literally talking myself through how I have to get through
Mm.
this 40 days, this season that I'm in right now,
Right.
because I'm not motivated to do anything.
Mm.
But I do the things that I do because that's my routine. That's my habit. I'm leaning
Mm.
on my consistency until I find said motivation again.
Mhm.
Right. So that I guess that would be my answer to that question.
That's good, bro. I want to calculate the days. I think what we did April 1st to,
April 1st to May
May
11th.
11th. Mhm.
and then if anybody can calculate that off the top of their
So
head,
June 11th would have been a full 30 days, full month. It's
Mhm.
right?
June 23rd. So we probably like another 40 some days
40,
past.
something like that. Mhm.
So yeah, it might be like, yeah. Let's do the math. I put my phone up, but go ahead.
I'm gonna reach for
Uh,
this book while you do the math. Go ahead, Wood.
the one thing I was gonna say that I realized or noticed halfway through, I was gonna say my dreams. One, my dreams always kind of been, feel me, up and down. Might not have no dream, but the dreams be livid, like lucid, be in them things and moving around. You feel me? There's
Yeah,
a
it's
lot of them.
43.
Okay,
I,
43.
I was just gonna say. I was gonna say. Well, my bad. Wood, go ahead.
Mm. I was just gonna say a lot of the things that happen in the challenge, it was a lot of deja vu moments. Like, all right, this dream happened. Maybe not tomorrow, but sometime throughout this challenge, this day popped back up and everything was in there, was feel me back in alignment of how everything was in a
Mhm.
dream. So I think that was a lot of the spiritual things that, like I said, I wasn't really used to. And
Mm,
I pray morning and night for me. So that third one in the middle of the day was something different that I wasn't really used to.
mm,
And it could have been just a little something quick or anything, you feel me? But it was intentional. Like I was
Yeah.
mm,
purposely like, all right, this one I gotta get during the day. It ain't gonna be the normal, but I'm gonna get it in here and then see what's going on after that. So
Mhm.
yeah, them dreams was definitely going through everything. And then for me at work, it was, I mean, I talk to a lot of people on a daily basis dealing with, feel me, patients and treatment plans or whatever, dealing with insurance and a lot of this stuff. And
mhm,
I came to realize that doing this challenge, it was a lot of self-awareness that I don't think a lot of people have within themselves. Like
mhm,
they don't really know what their priorities is, their priorities over there and over here and all
Mhm.
over the place. And it's not like a lot of alignment in a
Mhm.
in a life. Um, just because I feel like the way that people carry themselves of, okay, are you on time for your appointment? Are you early for your appointment? Are you already understanding what your copay is gonna be like? All those little things adding up made me realize, like, okay, this person just live life every day. Whatever happened in this day is whatever happened in this day. It ain't no like structure to this day. However
No
they get
intention.
through it is just whatever. And
Mhm.
then to see like some of them people came 2 and 3 times and not seeing no changes in that 41 days that we was in, and the people doing the same thing. I'm like, bro,
mm,
you keep doing this over and over. Like it's no self-awareness or knowing what's
mm.
going on to kind of fix those things. But I also was just taking mental notes because I ain't finna check nobody at work. You feel me? I'm just taking notes and mental things like, okay,
Yeah.
I see how this person operate. I don't think I want to do that. Let me. I already understand what they doing. You feel me? Wrong, but not just saying wrong. But how could you? All right, how could you correct that? And what's the steps that they could be taking so you kind of get a better outcome on everything?
No, for sure, bro. I piggybacking off that self awareness is key. Like I wake up every day, look myself in the mirror, and try
Mm,
not to point the finger at anybody, bro.
mm,
I am where I am because me, not my pops, not my mom, not my girl, not my brothers. What am I doing to change the situation? I hold. That's why. That's why it's so easy for me. Like everybody don't walk around like everybody play victim. A lot of people play victim. Not everybody. A lot of people play victim and point the finger. Me, what was me? You know, I'm here because of so and so or that happened. And I read the book of Ecclesiastics, and it talked about how life is futile. The
That's a
definition of
great book, bro.
Ecclesiastics. So it's a short
Give me
12
another one,
chapters.
huh? All right.
Ecclesiastes that one, bro, because Solomon up in there just
Yeah.
talking about some stuff,
Yeah.
bro.
All
He's
right.
like that old wise uncle talking. I guarantee you, like none of this means nothing.
Nothing.
And that's why nobody can find fulfillment in this life because they looking for satisfaction in a lot of things that are meaningless. Everything essentially, the Bible also said it's better not to be born than even be born. So that's how you know it's something greater than this life. That we are here, but nothing but a blink of an eye.
With
I
the
want to
with the thought of eternity in mind, yeah, this is very short
yes,
lived, bro.
it's very short lived, and I'm like, nah, that's why I can move on from losing my mom to having sound peace, the peace that passes all understanding. Why? Why is he able to move forward and not? It's because I know eternally, I just had to do my job to meet up again. Ain't nothing else going on. So like, if y'all didn't know, like Donietta, that's what my mama named. She was a Don. She was like, she did everything right from what I seen. Nobody is perfect. But you know what I'm saying? And that just ties into the what I wanted to talk about. My thoughts just jump everywhere, so I'm trying to like corral them. But
brother, speak your mind.
yeah, I wanted to bring in this book. It's coincidental enough. I had just read this right before Pitt. It was confirmation. That's why I knew when I seen it on your story, you posted it. I'm thinking about doing a 40-day plus one challenge. I'm just doing. I don't know. You said something like I'm gonna do it by myself, or I might. I'm thinking about. I think it was in the close friends even. Peeped it. I had just read this. This is the Draw the Circle, the 40-day prayer challenge.
Bro.
I had just finished it.
But the divine, I don't know what to call it, bro. But divine alignment is just crazy, bro. It's just crazy.
I had just finished the 40-day prayer challenge, bro. And you came around and said that maybe like 10 days later, not knowing what season we all are in. It was just, I had to do it because you saying you walking through your 40 days right now, post, I think I did a pre. And we two different people. And I think I did a pre 40-day post challenge, not knowing that I was going to dive into that one with you guys.
That's dope, bro. That's so dope.
And I heard one thing today by First Lady Pastor at church. She spoke a good word. It's a summer series right now. It's just now called The Waymaker. So our lead pastor steps away for the summer to recoup. It's 12 months of preaching. Who can do that and sustain it? And they have 4 services, 1 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday. One preacher doing all 4 services. So right now, the first lady taught today. And the semi-service is called Waymaker. And talk about miracles, basically today. Miracles, simple as that. Miracles, right? And she said, a lot of things that you guys want to happen for you is possible. That's why God is so divine. That's why he fed 5,000 men, not including children and women, with 2 pieces of fish and 5 loaves of bread. That's why he walked on water. He's divine. He can do these miracles in today's time, but why nobody seeing them? This is what she talked about today. Why nobody seeing them? Why nobody like just, oh, wow. Like she said, I mean, the whole earth can crack into right now. You guys think it's an earthquake. You wouldn't even know it's really God talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, so why is miracles not being shown today? She said a lot of things are out of alignment. I'm going to just keep it as simple as possible. A lot of things are out of alignment. And when our prayer with this book helped me know, because I want to tie this all in, the prayer challenge book, I just had a revelation today. As Pitt was saying, or how you say it? Reconciliation. Recollection.
Reconciliation.
Recollection.
Recollection. He said reconciliation with the bank.
I just had
a recollection today.
I had a revelation today that my prayers, even doing that 3 times a day prayer challenge with you guys for 40 days, it was out of alignment the whole time. I was praying for myself, self-centered prayers. I was never, and guilty as this may seem, I do pray for you guys when you guys ask for it. I do pray for you guys too when my thought comes to it. But on a daily, I was never praying for or interceding for others on others' behalf. You guys in the chat, my family, my brother. Why is he going through these things? Because your big brother not even praying. Why is your cousin and mans and them and friends and them going through these things? Because you're not praying for the city that we got out of, but it's still people that's in there. We're not praying for the city. Like, we praying, but it's general. It's so, like, God is like, that's all you got. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you want to see something happen and shake, like pray to me and I'll show you something. And so what's how she tied it in, that's just step one. So layer two is, right, once you've done all that, layer two is, and let me go back to my notes because I don't want to
Man, shout out to the notes, man. I don't think people understand that. Just
Nigga.
notes in general, bro. It's so much
I love
information you get on a
handwriting
daily
stuff,
basis.
bro.
They notes and saved me a couple times.
Bro, I ain't got it with me, bro, but I got
I
like
know.
4 journals, bro.
I promise you, this is another one right here.
Bro.
I remembered it though. The notes just came back to me. She said layer two was after you've done all that, the miracle is still not for you. It's not for you. It's to show the people that is more to life than just the ordained. Like, how am I able to look at how's Pitt moving the way he moving? How is Wood out there moving the way he moving? To our friends that we talk to, they looking up to y'all. Little do y'all know, like the people y'all talk to, y'all sphere of influence that y'all guys have, the DMs that you guys reply to. People is really wondering, like, how's it the way you guys moving? They aren't self as whereas they think they are. And not to come like bash down on anybody. It's just more so like, okay, it's our job to allow God to bless us so that other people to know it's possible. That's simple as that. That's how she tied it all in. First praying alignment, and then when God does bless your life X-fold, it's still not for you. So still remain humble. It's still not for you. It's just the belief. So you can like, no matter what it is, it might not be the finances. It might not be the lavish lifestyle, because some people can get so consumed into what they say doing and forget to be grateful in our circumstances. Ecclesiastes never promised a rich and powerful life. He said, be happy with what you have. You are richer than the next. And this life is futile. And store up your riches in heaven, not here, bro. Like a quick testimony, and I don't even like doing this. People that go out there and record these things know. Like, I walked into a restaurant, a lady sitting right there, already eating. I got to miss somebody look like they had just bought their fresh meal. You want something for later? You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't do nothing but like get emotional after I left the scene because like, wow, I'm over here complaining about the little I have when she got this.
Right.
What am I talking about? What am I talking about?
Yeah.
What are we doing, bro?
Yeah.
So that 40-day plus one challenge, plus today revelation, plus the pre 40-day challenge, bro. Today in real time, June 23rd, 2024, it's all coming together. That's why that's why phone calls need to be made more often. That's why I check us, because people can talk through these things and be like, oh wow, like all that's just now coming to surface. I'm like,
right.
That's what that meant. And being, okay, boom, boom, boom. Makes sense, bro. So I appreciate. I'm learning from y'all testimony and tying it in with mine. Like, it's not a coincidence.
No, definitely saying, bro. Definitely saying, because one thing you said just now in regard to prayer was what came to my mind was the word saying being specific in with your asking, bro. You know, be specific with your asking, right? Because at one point in time, Ace, I too was a self-centered prayer as well, bro. Like, Lord, bless me, X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. But I caught my mama praying once, bro. And if y'all know Teresa K, boy.
Ooh, that's a different type of prayer. I'm telling you.
You feel me? And I was just listening to the prayer, and it's nothing that I never heard before, bro. But it was just, again, my intention in that moment, bro. And she didn't mention herself not once. You feel me? She didn't mention herself not once. One, that's just because of the type of woman that she is. But two, like,
that's what she really meant.
Like, that's what she really meant, bro. And it's because if we are taken care of, she good. You know what I'm saying? So I start changing. A couple years ago, I started changing the way that I prayed, right? You know, of course, I'm going to have my moments where I'm going to pray for me, but majority of my prayers do align with interceding for y'all and my family and even this world, bro, because if everything that we doing is going to go for naught if people not making that transition to living for Christ, bro. You know what I'm saying? So but you got to ask for that.
For sure.
And you got to pray for that. And you got to pray that God softens the hearts of the harsh and the evil in this world, bro. He brings peace, joy, and love into this world, bro. He allows our leaders in these positions to, you know, have pure hearts and pure minds, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what I ask for. And ultimately, if the world can receive that, if we can receive that, I'm gonna be good regardless, because I'm already rooted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm already rooted, but the one thing that I think some people, when it comes to prayer, is they feel like they may be asking for too much, or they may be asking for the wrong thing. No,
Mm-hmm.
ask for what you want.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're not doing it, you basically handicapping Christ, bro.
Yep.
You
Right.
handcuffing Christ as to what possible, what not possibility, but what is possible and what
Right.
isn't is possible. Everything is possible when it comes to Christ.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like legitimately, like Ace was saying, the miracles that happen, it's not for us.
Right.
It's to get the other individual that's questioning to buy in. And to
Like she said, sorry, she said she used this example talking about like cancer, cancer doctors like how, where, when, like it's not for
Mhm.
the patient, which is beautiful that he's healthy. It's for the doctor that didn't believe, that only believe on man theory.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Like it's a thing, bro. We just gotta get out our own way, and it's so much greater. Like the perspective is so much bigger than whatever is in front of
The
us at that time,
confined for
bro.
sure.
Yeah, you feel me? It was one more thing that I had got out of this challenge, but Ace was speaking so profoundly, bro. I forgot, but
I'm gonna
Nah,
add some real quick because
okay.
Pitt was just talking about the intentionality of like praying and everything like that. And I think Pitt, you might have mentioned something too about being intentional with your prayers, but then also whatever you pray for, you gotta also pray for being able to handle whatever you about to
yeah,
get
that capacity,
because
that space, bro.
you want everything, but you give everybody $1 million, everybody ain't gonna know what to do with that $1 million just because they said they wanted the million. So it's more than just asking for everything. It's like, all right,
Mhm.
pray that everybody, you feel me, get what they need, but then also being able to pray for everybody so that they can handle everything that they get
There has
when
to
they
be a
get it.
sense of realism
Mm,
within your prayers as well, right?
mm,
Because one thing that I know is we just use finances for example. I'm not a huge budgeter. Like
right,
that's when it comes to like writing down my budget, but mentally I'll be like, I know what I got to pay for this month. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And I know what type of money I got X, Y, and Z.
Mm.
But I pray and ask God for a financial increase. But here's the realism in the prayer. If God was to give me $10 million a day, but this was jacked up. This is the jacked up. If he gave me the money today, this is what I prayed before. I was like,
Mm,
God, if you give me that money right now, I handle it well.
right.
But you got to give it to me. You feel
Uh-huh.
me? Opposed to, Lord, please allow me to steward and manage what I have now
Mm,
well, so that you can trust me. So when you do give me a financial increase, I've already proven myself
right.
trustworthy of handling said thing, which then leads me to Wood's point. Lord, please allow me the strength, the capacity to be able to handle whatever it is I am asking for.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is one thing that I've been noticing lately. I have a desired place I want to be in life, right? I think we all do.
Mm,
But just being mindful and keeping my perspective, I know what it is that place I want to be is going to take. What it's going to take to stay there,
right.
right? And personally, right now, I don't have that capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was to if I was to be granted it right now, I wouldn't manage it well.
Right.
So let me take my bite-sized blessing that I got right now,
Mm-hmm.
manage, steward, figure out how to move in this space so that when I do get to where I'm going, it would be familiar to me because I'd already been moving in such a manner,
Mm.
right?
Absolutely, bro.
So you gotta have that realism. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta be
Yeah.
patient. And that's the one place
Ooh.
I'm in right now. I'm settling and I'm a patient man, but sometimes we can, as people, as men, we can definitely
Right.
grow impatient. You
Mm.
Yeah.
feel me? That hourglass definitely runs out, but now I gotta flip it.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I gotta regroup, and reset. And that's one thing we talk about all the time, bro, is pressing that reset button.
That reset button,
And I
boy.
think that 40-day challenge allowed us all to press a certain reset button on different places and capacities within our life, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I'm gonna add something else too, just because this weekend is real like recent. So at the beginning or towards the end of the year, last year, me and my girl went through, feel me, different categories. We saw this video on Instagram. Went through different categories of okay, let's plan out 2024, see what it's gonna be like. You feel me? have some expectations. You want to do this, you want to do that. All right, give yourself the first quarter of the year. Try to knock this out. Do whatever. And we went through it again last night. Of course, it's June. You feel me? Kind of the midway throughout the year, and we like, all right, what didn't you do in this time period that you said you was gonna do, and what can you carry over to the second half of 2024? Just because, for me, you do something. All right, yeah, I'm gonna do it first quarter. Don't get done, but you still got 6 months left. Try to
That's the
still,
arrogance of us, though.
man. What said I was gonna do this? Did this? Too many things at one time, and maybe not getting to it. But the fact that we self-awareness, like, all right, it's been a lot going on. Let's step back and reset and feel me, relook at this list and come up with a
Mhm.
new one for the rest of this year, just so we can
Mhm.
see and we can stay aligned to what we had planned for the beginning.
Mhm.
Okay. I want to
Yeah.
just tack on this. If y'all want to add on a part 3, you can after this. It'll probably be the last thing after that one. But I want to ask another question, bro. Like, okay, we talked about everything we talked about up until now. But every day is me versus me mentality, right?
Yeah.
And one thing I've noticed with my close relationships is self-talk, self-awareness is key. And I want to just streamline it to self-talk. How's you guys' self-talk when there's nobody but you in the room, the bathroom, a shower in the weight room? You at the kitchen table eating something, you scrolling. What is you guys' inner thoughts? And a lot of these, you have 3 voices. They say it's you, the enemy, and Christ. And are you guys able to discern which is which when you guys have a self-talk?
I think that's something you continue to grow in, right? That discernment,
Facts.
right? I don't think you ever plateau when it comes to discernment.
Not at all. Yeah, I'm not saying you plateau. We would never.
Nah.
They said you stop growing before you die, you dead.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of my language is affirming, bro.
Affirmation.
And reassuring, bro. That's why if somebody was to ask what's my top love language, is words of affirmation.
I knew you should say that.
Yeah, I require that reassurance. That's why I read the word.
For those of you who don't know, listening, man, we cannot get. It's an honor to have Pitt on this podcast. Hey, for those of you who are listening, man, Pitt is he goes. What are those guys with monks?
I'm a monk.
I'm a monk
on Sunday.
On Sunday, they made me break my vow of silence. But no, this well worth it, bro. And after when we done with this, in these little 10 minutes, I'm gonna shut up for the rest of the day. But no, it's really affirming. Like I was just finna hit y'all the other day, bro, and ask y'all like, do y'all have I am statements? You feel me, bro? Because it's power in it. It's all in the word, y'all. It's power in the tongue. You know what I'm saying? It's power in the tongue. That's why you gotta speak positivity within yourself and amongst yourself and amongst others and everything of that nature. But it's my self-talk is real affirming. I used to talk harshly to myself, bro, because I was always coached hard and that's how I responded and that's how I knew to get myself going. And to a certain extent, I still do some of that just because that's where my roots is, but it's not as frequent. It's a lot more of grace within my language to myself.
That's
but
good.
I still get on my own head though, definitely.
What about you?
I'm probably the same way. I used to, like Pitch said, coach hard. You feel me? You just got to get through some stuff. You feel me? Just not really taking the time. Like, all right, I know we might have just did this before, but you got new information. You feel me? You readjust and be like, okay, you can still do this, but it's a better way to go about, like, if talking to yourself, prayers or anything like that. So yeah, it's a lot of things that I've adjusted to me now being an adult. For example, me moving into my apartment right now, it's not something I really wanted to do, but in a sense, I was like, all right, like people was talking about earlier, doing what you can with what you got right now. So scaling back, you feel me, on the cost of rent or cost of expenses just in general, it's gonna prepare me to be like, okay, so I got less to first deal with, but I'm also making a little bit more. So everything is kind of going into place. And now that I'm being able to manage what I got right now is gonna set me up for the future. I was literally just talking about the yesterday. Managing what I got right now is gonna help me for the future for when I got more. And I know how to handle
word to that though. Let's add another word to manage. Let's add appreciate, bro.
For sure.
Let's add appreciate, because that's something I've neglected to do with my personal things. It's appreciate it. Like So you continue. I just want to add that, because again, language is important. You know what
Facts.
I'm saying?
And with that, I've been saying, I think I heard a sermon a couple weeks ago or something like that, maybe a couple months ago, but just saying like praying for something, but then also saying thank you for like in advance before it even happened.
Yep.
So then when you get it, it's like, all right, yeah, I said
Yeah.
thank you, and now I appreciate everything that I done did because one, I didn't saw the vision, I put the work in, and then I got the outcome that I wanted, or maybe not exactly, but something that
Mhm.
I got out of it that was beneficial for what I was praying
Mhm.
for pre whatever was going on. So yeah, it definitely it's a
Yeah.
two-part thing for sure.
I want
What
to
about you, Ace?
actually, I want to pick your brain on the yearly calendar thing. Do you
Mm.
guys like buy your calendar later on the floor? You guys on the phone with it? Because
Nope.
I got 4 questions written down right behind me, and they say they're not as precise as what you and your girl did, but these
Hmm.
4 questions, and I don't even write necessarily anything under them every day. I just ask myself these things out loud.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Um, what are you doing to develop yourself?
Okay.
What are you doing to develop others? What will I accomplish today?
Mm.
What did I accomplish today?
Okay.
And I like that's a short four question part to the yearly thing. I want to expand my horizon on that. So if you could talk a little bit about that, how that helps you
Mm.
kind of see where you're going, whether you failed or not. How does it help?
So there's gonna be another nerd term, but micro versus macro. So yours is more micro on the everyday, you feel me? Mine is more like, all right,
Yeah.
break down the 4 quarters or the however you want to do it, just different.
Mhm.
So we got different categories. So for instance, it's finance or fitness and health, financially, like whatever you want to get done financially, whatever trips you got. Mine, I got PG state of mind is mine being something that I want to kind of dive deeper into what books I want to read, and then overall just goals for the year that I want to get done. So we went through everything at the end of last year before the new year started. What do you want to do? What do you want to get done? When you kind of want to get it done? And then this past weekend we went back over it and like, okay, did you do this? All right, you can cross it off the list, or do you still want to do more into this? Like for me, mine was like being more financially aware or financially intelligent about what's going on because now these expenses is like you said, we grown now, so it of course our parents still support or whatever, but at this age, this is more on ourselves to get the knowledge and whether it's talking about credit cards or stocks, like we was talking about the other day, Ace, like it's just a different level of knowledge that it's never enough of it,
Yep.
but like just knowing that you still focusing on that and keeping that at the top of your list or just carrying over, like we said, just coming up with a new list and carrying that over to the rest
Nah.
of the year. So I guess I could start this one just because I asked a question, but this last gonna be just a recap of how everything from the beginning of the challenge or before the challenge has transferred into what we do on a daily basis. I would say the self-awareness was the biggest thing for me that I've carried over. I feel like I was already a really pretty self-aware person, but leaning into more of the spirituality and like we was talking about the intentionality of things, it carried over to now I'm very aware of even doing this, like the recap, knowing that we needed a reset. I was like, oh yeah, it's definitely that time of like, all right, we need a little. It's been a routine for a little minute. Let's take a little break and you feel me, get back to it because I feel like a lot of things was happening and
Mm.
it was just no time to really sit and understand what was going on and then understand what you still trying to get done and how what steps to go about it or what steps you need to go about it.
Mm. Yeah, I would say what I carried over from the 40-day plus one challenge was a more disciplined routine self.
Mhm.
Um, like I said from earlier, I went through a pre 40-day challenge, but that was just more so focused on prayer intentionally. Then we got to the physical part of the 40-day plus one challenge, which I felt like that was more physical for me.
Mhm.
Just having a physical job plus doing a physical fasting, working out twice a day, doing the audios like once a week when we was kind of doing a self-talk. Also just checking in with each other like
Oh
twice,
shoot, I
three
forgot
times.
about that too, bro. Dang.
Man,
But it was a lot,
it
bro.
Yeah.
was. Mm.
Exactly. So like all of that played a big part into what I'm doing now. I've gotten away from the habit of writing. I feel like my journaling, 5 things I'm grateful for and 5 things I appreciate. And 5 things I like manifesting on my paper, like I am statements, that affirmation. That's a really big one. Like affirming yourself and also telling yourself, I'm gonna go to the gym, and then go to the gym. Leave. You feel way more accomplished by saying, I'm gonna go to the gym, and then a week go by.
Those
You
little
still ain't
things.
now you're
Right.
looking at yourself like you less of when you really not. You just gotta just do what you said you was gonna do, and then stack those habits. So that's what I've carried over, man. Just habit stacking, discipline, reaching out more, not being in my closet, because I can. It's not nothing wrong with isolating, and I don't even like to use the term isolated. I would say like solitude is the real proper
Solitude.
term.
Yeah.
Because you never want to cut yourself off from anybody. But solitude, when somebody knows where you're at and what you're doing, and they know you're safe and they know you're focused and intentional, I would feel like that's a proper term people should use. Like I'm isolating. Like no, like people, God didn't make us for us to be alone. Simple as that. So that's what I've carried over. And I appreciate you guys for hosting Woodman, PD State of Mind, man. Shout out to Pitt, man. His
Appreciate
podcast.
that.
Y'all go check the
PG
boys out, man.
State of
Home
Mind.
Field, man. Home Field podcast too, man. All on Spotify. Where y'all like YouTube, man. Check them out, bro. My brothers, bro. And so I appreciate all the love, bro. Y'all got to show through the challenge. I hope we can get another. I'm gonna do like a quick 3-day sprint one. Like I'm gonna like text the chat and see what y'all think about these next little 5-day joint, little 7-day joint, little 3-day joint.
For
You know what I'm saying?
sure.
Little one,
So
a hard one day. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
funny that
A hard 24 hour. Like these challenges don't gotta be exaggerated. So I appreciate you, bro. Pitt, for setting that up and we knocking them down, man, because we stirring up warfare, bro. Whether you can see it or not, like doing these things, it affects
100%.
our people on the external layer of thing. Like, so we running into your people on a day-to-day. They like, oh, what's different about you? Let me have some of that. That's when you really walking in your purpose, I feel like.
Yeah. Man, that's all good. And I guess just to wrap this thing on up, bro, I take a little bit of everything from both of y'all. You know, like the intentionality, the self-awareness, the greater discipline and the routine and the habits. That's one thing that I really clocked, bro, was my habits, right? The good and bad habits, and how can I replace the bad habits with good habits and things of that nature. Man, it's crazy is, bro, we've been planning on sitting down and doing this for a while.
Yeah.
But like Wood was saying, bro, I think we truly needed life after for a little bit before we really could sit down and really understand, like, and recall the benefits of what we experienced, bro. Because Ace saying that he walked his 40 days beforehand, right? And I'm currently, in the midst of my 40 days, whatever the case is afterwards, bro. And Wood, you transition, you've transitioned so much in between, you know what I'm saying? Was it the physical move or, just dealing with, my condolences, the loss of your grandfather, bro.
Sure.
And,
Appreciate that.
and you like just being there and showing up for your family, 'cause your little brother graduated, it's just, like all of our lives are in different pockets, bro. But it's just the fact that the things that we got out of this are showing up every day in some way, shape, or form, right? Like the solace that I got from this challenge, because finding solace, bro, you can find solitude amongst a room full of people.
Facts.
Right. That's why the proper term is solitude. It's not really isolation. You know what I'm saying? Because in a room full of people, I find solace within myself.
You still know who you is.
I still know who I am, bro. I still have that awareness of myself and where I am. And I guess the other thing I would say I got out of everything was managing myself better. Right.
Okay.
Because when I told Ernie about me going into the calf and eating the chicken wings and stuff, he was like, bro, you can't run from the calf, bro. You got to just learn how to manage yourself within that environment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times in our life, bro, we ain't gonna be able to run away from our persecutions, right? We ain't gonna be able to run away from our adversities. We ain't gonna be able to run away from the things that cause us the most confusion, whatever the case is, right? But we have to learn how to manage ourselves within those spaces, bro. How to maintain a good heart posture, bro. How to manage your portals, you feel me? Your eyes and your ears, bro. How to be intentional with the tongue, you know what I'm saying? Not allowing this set of individuals to ignite a different side of you than you would want to be ignited. You know what I'm saying, bro? Because I didn't witness myself be one person. I'm still the same person because we all multifaceted, right? But I'm one person around these individuals and another way around these individuals. No, I want to be the same consistent individual, authentic person around everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I used to have that problem, bro. Sorry to cut you off. Like, throw me in a group.
You good.
Throw me in a room. All my different friend groups, they couldn't tell who bro was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Past. Like, now I want to be able to walk in any room and, okay. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
just him. Yeah. Regardless of where you find yourself, that's just gonna be you.
Facts.
But yeah, bro, we can, I'm cooking stuff up over here, bro, because the message I listened to Pastor Mike this morning.
Nice.
Mike McClure, he was talking, the message he was preaching was out of the gate, right? Basically, bro, you know how people be saying, like you said, I'm finna start going to the gym. Niggas announcing they finna go to the gym and never show up.
Never go.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Or like, people saying they gonna get off social media. I'm finna get off social media. And nigga, next day, you in my DMs. You know what I'm saying? Like that type thing, bro. So he was basically saying, like, cut all that out.
Yeah.
And just jump. Just go. Just do it. And when you look up and don't say nothing until it's done. You know what I'm saying? So I've kind of caught myself a little bit on this reconstruction rebrand, putting myself on a timeline. Of course, I don't want to wait too long, but at the same time, like, everything got to make sense. And I'm not telling nobody nothing. I'm just going to, if I need your help, I'll reach out. If I don't, you'll find out when everybody else finds out.
Facts. I got to, that's my fault. That's my problem. Sorry. Right there. Announcing something. And Jesus didn't want to announce that he was the Messiah before time. Why am I announcing my next move before it's time? I know I'm finna do the move. I know hindsight was gonna happen. I know the plays and the chess moves, chess pieces I'm moving to set up this play. But why do I feel like I handicap myself a lot of the time. So today is the day where I stopped it. Now when Ace pop out or I jump per se, it's like, oh, wait, hold on, we wasn't ready.
I've been doing this. Oh, to even add on, I forgot about the social media thing for me. I did that too.
Yep.
No you social got off the media for that whole time. I forgot about that.
But you good for that though.
I was about to say I usually do that at the beginning of the year.
Wood good for that. He good for a social media cleanse.
I got to just because we was talking about it a little bit earlier, and this probably be the last thing of just being in that routine of we scrolling. What else could you really be doing? And of course, some of the stuff you still might be on Instagram learning, Twitter learning. Like I was still on Instagram normally when I was outside the challenge, learning stuff about editing or learning stuff about production or anything like that. If I was moving into the space of wanting to do podcasts or anything like that. But it was just the fact of, okay, I've been in this routine for I don't know however long. Break this for a little minute and see if you get any type of anything out of it. Like, do you grow in a different sense? Like I was reading more, of course, since I'm not on my phone. I'm reading more. I'm working out more. Like I'm cooking more. Like a lot of other things that I just didn't have the time. I had the time, but I was using the time doing something else. So yeah, that social media thing was another one. Just getting out of the same routine that you be in.
The last thing I add, just to Ace point, real short, brother. One thing I'll be telling myself is don't count no money that ain't in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? And that can go for all types of stuff. Don't count no money that ain't in your pocket yet, bro.
Yeah.
Set yourself up for a lot of disappointment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or a lot of public opinion, right? Because when you do announce said move and now you feel like now you done said you finna do X, Y, and Z. Now you feeling like I gotta rush because I told people it's gonna happen by this point in time. And if it ain't there, then I fail. Nah, G, you know what I'm saying? Or say the whole thing just fall through. If you never said nothing, nobody never would have known, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You saying you got this money in your pocket and it ain't in your pocket, it ain't in your deposit. You can't count it. So like, you know what I'm saying? Just don't count no money that. And my mama told me that. Don't count no money that ain't in your pocket.
Yeah, but I started doing that when I got down here. I'm in sales, man. So I'm constantly having money fall in the pipeline, but it ain't deposited yet. It's there. I see it. That's the deal working. It's in motion. But I get caught in the bad habit of.
Yeah, and when you have that mindset, it keep you on your pivot. It keep you on your
Yeah.
grind because, say for instance, you do got that money in the pipeline. That money fall out the pipeline. You never
Yeah.
counted that money as good money anyway. So now
Anyway.
you was already looking
Ain't
for
no subtracting.
you real. Yeah, exactly, bro. You not subtracting nothing. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? But I love y'all niggas, man.
Love
I
y'all,
love
bro.
y'all boys for real. And for y'all that's listening, man, if y'all need anything, like we all a resource, right?
100%.
We all 26 years old trying to navigate and find our way through life in a mature, God driven manner at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Ace, you got anything you want to lead out? Yeah.
Nah, bro. I love y'all, bro. I think we said a lot in the short time we had. I feel like whoever that one person is gonna be that when you post this is gonna be listening to it. I feel like we shouldn't exclude any brother from trying to find their true purpose. And we can go ahead and make that a separate thing from the foundation.
Sure.
Sorry, from the foundation. But I feel like we should start an outreach type deal. That'd be really cool to get people going in one motion. And we got to pray our hedge of protection around ourselves. That's going to be the move. But I feel like my spirit is really calling me to just say that I don't know where that came from, but that'd be really fire to go ahead and make something separate and then see how many brothers we can put on the court.
I just seen some the other day.
We go get off of this.
Yeah. We go once we press stop on this, we got a little something else going on. But appreciate y'all. I love y'all boys, man. Definitely brothers. Flesh or not, we locked in for sure. So appreciate y'all doing a challenge. Appreciate y'all presenting the challenge to me, and then also accepting, of course, of me doing the challenge with y'all. So I learned a lot, and it's definitely not the end. It's only the beginning for sure. So
yeah, we on Pit Podcast next, man. Homefield, you better be hosting us, man.
Yeah. Coming soon, man. We ain't
in no
rush. Coming soon.
I know you want the reconstruction, man. We better be the first ones up, bro.
No doubt, brother. Cause you've been talking about time and forever, nigga. I've been trying to put Ace on, but no, it ain't the time, bro. It ain't the time. I think he just don't want to talk.
Man, nah, for sure. We definitely gonna do something. Everybody gonna have that to look forward to. So appreciate y'all for joining me for this, man. Like you said, it took a minute, but everything worked out when it's supposed to. So
100.
Appreciate y'all boys. Love y'all, man. We
Shout out PG State of Mind, huh?
Shout out Homefield. Always pay, you feel me?